KiwiCo is partnering with me to bring you today's video, and they're offering my viewers 50% off, so stay tuned. Listen, I know how hectic it can be getting a delicious and nutritious meal on the table for your family, especially on those busy nights. And prepping freezer meals in advance can be a game changer. It saves time, money, stress, plus it ensures that I always have a wholesome meal ready to go that I can heat up and eat, especially when our schedule gets insane. But I also know that it can be overwhelming when thinking about choosing the recipes and shopping for all of the ingredients and chopping all of the vegetables up and essentially preparing an entire meal and then prepping it for the freezer and then storing it appropriately and then not forgetting about it until you come across it like a year later when you're defrosting your freezer. So today, I am on a mission to fill my freezer with easy, tasty meals for my family, and I'm going to share with you my secret for how I do that the effortless, dare I say, lazy way. I am here at Walmart and I am about to head in and grab some of my favorite convenience items from the freezer section that are basically heat and eat. Some of you might be thinking, but Mindy, you have a YouTube channel that centers primarily around cooking and what is happening in your family kitchen, and you are telling me that you can't manage to get a home-cooked meal on your table every night for your family. And the answer is no. No, I can't. And even though I'm showing you most of the meals that I'm feeding my family, I mean, you don't see every single meal that we're eating. And the truth is, sometimes we need these kinds of really quick and easy options for our family. Sometimes basketball practice runs late, or sometimes my husband and I have volunteered to time at the swim meet, or honestly, sometimes my husband and I decide that just he and I are gonna go out on a date night and we need something quick and easy that the kids can make for themselves at home. You might remember a video from a few months back where I actually heated up these burritos in the slow cooker all day or all evening so that they were ready for us when we got home. If you're a fan of these, what's your favorite kind? Do you just like the bean and cheese? That's usually what I get, and then just add stuff to it. But are you a fan of like the beef and bean? Or I think maybe there's a chicken one somewhere too. Okay, I have not seen these. I mean, I'm sure they've been here and I just haven't picked them up, but they're like a premium brand of heat and eat burrito, or a premium type, because it's steak, cheese, and rice. This one is chicken, cheese, and rice, and this one is a shredded steak and cheese burrito. These are chimichangas. Has anybody tried those? I'm actually not a huge fan of these family style meals right here, and I'm gonna share why in a little bit and give you some other options that I like. And while these convenience items are going to cost me a little bit more than if I were making the same thing from scratch, it's still going to be easier on my wallet than going through the drive-thru or picking up takeout. The last several times I have done that, I have come away with a little bit of sticker shock. Speaking of takeout and how expensive it is, I'm picking up a couple of frozen pizzas to toss in the freezer because a few months back, my husband and I ordered pizza from a local pizza place called Mazio's. It's like a regional chain, and it's just like fast food pizza, like Domino's or Pizza Hut is. We ordered 2 medium pizzas, like 1 topping pizzas, a calzone, and an order of wings, and it was $60. And that wasn't delivery. That was just like carry out, like go in the store and pick it up. I mean, I remember when pizza was like the cheap takeout option, and even that, time to stock the freezer with some frozen pizzas. I picked these Red Baron deep dish pizzas up in a huge box at Sam's at the beginning of the summer, and my kids plowed right through those for lunch options. They cooked in about 6 minutes in my air fryer. If you have one of these in your freezer, I imagine you could also heat up some chicken nuggets and chop them up and make kind of like KFC bowls with this loaded potato bake. I think these heat and eat breakfast bowls would make good quick meal options, especially if you heat this stuff up and then throw it into tortillas to make breakfast tacos. You could add salsa, beans, sour cream, what have you. When it comes to chicken nuggets, our favorites are at Sam's, but I picked up some of these chicken patties today from Tyson because these make really great sandwiches. I can heat them up in the microwave or the air fryer and toss them on a bun to make a sandwich, or I could heat them up and serve them over leftover pasta with a little bit of sauce for kind of like a chicken parmesan style thing. But either way, my kids have actually asked me to pick up more of these because they really like them and they make easy, fast meals. Next to the broccoli florets, these are some of my favorite seen in the bag veggies. It is the whole or the fine steam in the bag green beans. And what I will do is steam these up in the microwave and then toss them with just a little bit of butter, Parmesan cheese, and breadcrumbs if I have them. Really easy veggie side. If you know me and you followed my channel for a while, you know I'm not getting out of this store and out of this video without grabbing this convenience freezer item, right? So far, I know a lot of these items are things that are really just basic products that would feed like 1 to 2 people at a time. So let me give you some more ideas for heat and eat frozen items that would be more like family style. When it comes to frozen pasta meals, you know, the kind that are already seasoned and sauced, I'm a fan with one caveat. I try to buy the frozen pasta meals that do not have meat already in them. I know that there are several options for those in the store. I think Bird's Eye makes some that are pretty popular. I think they're called like Voila or something like that. But for whatever reason, I just think that the meat sometimes is kind of wonky, for lack of a better term. And it's either really tough and gets overcooked when I reheat them, or it's still partially frozen when the rest of the meal is ready. So I prefer to buy the pasta meals that don't have any meat already in them, and then to add the protein myself. And I gotta say, one of the places that has some of the best, most affordable options is Target. They have several different varieties that fall into this category that I'm talking about in their Good and Gather brand. Sometimes I even find coupons in the Target app, which makes them even cheaper. I've had their pesto rotini. I've used that to make lunch preps before. I've also had this mushroom risotto. It's very good. The other day when I was in there buying some back to school supplies, I noticed they had this butternut squash mac and cheese variety, so it's sneaking some veggies in there as well. I haven't tried their fettuccine alfredo yet, but I am excited to, and my oldest daughter is a huge fan of fettuccine alfredo, so this would be an easy way for her to have that on occasion and maybe even make it for her school lunch. And what I do is take something like this and add like a bag of frozen broccoli, and then I add the proteins myself. Maybe I already have some leftover grilled chicken, or I pick up a rotisserie chicken, or maybe some chicken sausage that I can slice up and toss in there, or maybe I keep it completely vegetarian and I throw in some garbanzo beans, you know, some chickpeas as the protein option. You can even jazz it up with a little extra cheese or a splash of cream or not. It's up to you, and you've got a really easy meal that comes together quickly because most of these have both stovetop and microwave instructions. I know that I cannot be the only parent out there who is always on the lookout for activities for our kids that keep their bodies and their minds engaged and get them off of screens. KiwiCo is a subscription service that every month sends a crate to your doorstep with projects and activities that are fun and engaging for your kids. They come in a box like this with everything inside the box, including detailed instructions that you and your child need to complete the project. They have crates that are designed for all ages, and they offer crates that spark lots of different interests. For instance, they have an Atlas crate for the adventurer, a Doodle crate that is more on the artistic and creative design. They even have a Yummy crate that's centered around the science of cooking. If you were to ask my 9-year-old son today what he wants to be when he grows up, he would say a mechanical engineer. He's been saying that for months. So the KiwiCo Tinker crates are absolutely perfect for him. And the other day when it was 106 degrees outside, he actually got out one of his KiwiCo Tinker crates and he spent several hours putting together a pinball machine. At the time that I'm filming this, Christmas is only 134 shopping days away. Christmas is coming. I repeat, Christmas is coming. I know it seems like it's light years away, but we all know how the fall goes. It gets crazy busy and flies by. These crates make fantastic gifts. You can buy single crates. You can go to the link in the description box below or visit kiwico.com/cmindymom. You can also get 50% off your first month of a KiwiCo subscription when you use my code Mindy. Again, that's code Mindy, M-I-N-D-Y, for 50% off your first month with KiwiCo. The link is in the description box, or go to kiwico.com/cmindymom. I just arrived at Trader Joe's because when it comes to delicious heat and eat options that do not taste like they just came out of a freezer, I think Trader Joe's is the OG. I mean, there are entire videos all over the internet that are basically an homage to the Trader Joe's freezer section. These are not your typical like frozen lasagna meals, and I don't get to come to Trader Joe's super often, but when I do, I make sure that I pick up some of my favorite items here. So I'm gonna run in and grab those, and I'm gonna show you what I got. I picked up 2 bags of this asparagus risotto. I have purchased this several times. It's one of my favorite things from the freezer aisle. Love it. I especially like to use this when we have like leftover meats from the grill. Like if we have leftover chicken or steak, I'll just make up some of this the next night and put that on top of it to make a little bowl. Or I'll just chop up like some smoked sausage or some other fully cooked meat that I can use to make this a complete meal. There are lots of great heat and eat pasta options at Trader Joe's, and I use the same strategy as with the ones at Target. I buy the pastas with just the sauce, and then I add the proteins and the veggies myself. I've had the Trader Joe's Alfredo and it's good, but I was really excited to see these back in stock today. It is the cheese-filled fiocchetti with pink sauce. I feel like these were there and then they weren't. I tried these and really liked them and went back to get more and they weren't there. So I was really excited to see those because my kids really like these as well. So I picked up 2. This is probably going to shock some of you, but I have actually never tried the famous Trader Joe's Mandarin Orange Chicken. I've actually never picked this up and tried it out. My oldest daughter has decided that she really likes this style of protein, so I thought we'd get some to try. This could even be a great lunch option, especially since I purchased some of this steam in the bag jasmine rice. They also have a whole grain rice medley that I've purchased there before that I really like. 2 new items for me were this gnocchi al gorgonzola, so this like cheesy heat and eat gnocchi, and then this is a cacio e pepe, and I really like cacio e pepe. It's kind of, I don't know why I can't seem to master it, making it on my own stove, even though it's really simple ingredients. So I thought I'd try this and throw in some proteins and maybe some broccoli for a really easy lunch prep. That'll probably make 2 or 3 servings from just this one bag. Of course, I had to pick up some of the veggie fried rice and also the hash browns, which I'm sure I've had before, but it's been a while. And I'm wondering if you can put these in the toaster. It says to put them in the oven, but does anybody know if you can pop these just like into the toaster to crisp them up? Because that would be a really fun little heading out the door breakfast option, especially for my kids. And since I was there, I went ahead and took the opportunity to stock up on some of my favorite snacks that I can only purchase at Trader Joe's. And I happened to grab these peanut butter crispy rice bites. We call these Special K's. I think some people call them scotcheroos. What do you call this kind of snack when you make it in your own house? But these were really good. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. They're like little bitty pre-packaged things, great lunch packing item. Plus, I met a new friend while I was at Trader Joe's. So quick shout out to Zoe. It was a pleasure to meet you today. When it comes to Aldi, it can get just a little bit tricky where these quick freezer meal options are concerned because, as you know, if you are an Aldi shopper, there are lots of Aldi items that are seasonal or that are out for just a limited time. So I have found some really great options at Aldi before, and some of them don't last very long. You know, I'll try something out and I'll go back to buy more of it and it's already gone. So my best advice where Aldi is concerned is to check your freezer section each time you shop there and peruse it really quickly and see if there's anything new and exciting that fits the bill where this kind of meal option is concerned. And if it's something that looks like you might enjoy it, I'd pick it up right then because you never know if it's gonna be here today and gone tomorrow, as they say. I've mentioned this before in other videos, but I think it warrants mentioning again, especially since we're talking about freezers. I typically only keep open packages of things in my regular kitchen freezer or items that I know I'm gonna be using very quickly. When it comes to long-term freezer storage, and especially for a lot of these items, which I'm stocking up on to use over the course of the next few months, I will put them in my chest freezer, and I organize my chest freezer using bags like this. And I have a bag for meat products, I have a bag for vegetables, and then I have another bag that is for items like the ones you're seeing in this video. So when I'm looking for something, I can just grab the specific bag that I need and take that out of the freezer and get what I'm looking for, as opposed to constantly having to like reorganize my freezer and make everything visible. This just makes it super quick and easy to keep my chest freezer organized and be able to find what I need fast. If you're looking for more freezer cooking inspiration, check out this video I made last spring where I prepped 5 freezer meals in under an hour, or you can watch this one and I'll see you there.